Hello students, welcome to the second session on the 18th century essay, The Spectator Club. In the first session we had an introduction of the essayist Richard Steele. Today let's analyze the text of the essay. Before going through the text of the essay, be clear about one point is that this writing piece has a purpose of bringing to surface the incongruities, the follies, the superficiality and the moral corruption prevalent in all the sections of the society. As it was written in the golden age of the satire of Pope, Dryden and Swift, and slogan of the age given by Pope that those who are afraid of nothing else are of being laughed at. So writers of this age took on themselves, including Steele, the work of a stern master, to expose the false arts of life, to recommend a journal simplicity in dress, in discourse, and in the behavior. And the manner which Steele chose for this purpose was to represent all the sections of the society, especially upper class, as members of the Spectator Club. The first person to be introduced is 56-year-old aristocrat Sir Roger de Coverley of Worcestershire. Eccentric but good-natured, his friends are also of upper class, and he feels offended at the sight of beggars and gypsies. He decided to remain a bachelor after rejection from a beautiful widow and grew careless about his being, but normally he remains cheerful and gay. He keeps good relations with his servants and tenants. He is also justice of the quorum, means he gives his services at court and explained a passage in Game Act also. Note that this is a political attack on the Tories as they are conservatives and Steele was a Whig. Now, Tory and Whigs are members of two opposing political parties, especially in 18th century. Tories opposed to liberalism and Whigs supported rebellion and change. Next member is another bachelor. He has not been given any name, an advocate, honest, man of wit and understanding, but rather being an expert in the laws of land, he is most learned about rules and regulations of stage. Aristotle and Longinus are much better understood by him than Littleton and Coke, barristers of the time. It seems Steele used his whole talent and force to attack this profession. Barrister is in this profession because of his father's wish. He himself is interested in theatre and artists feel happy when he is present at the play. Notice universality of human nature. Still for a young generation not much has changed. Next. Next member, Sir Andrew Freeport is from business class of London. A merchant of eminence and great experience, and knows all about commerce. He thinks that laziness destroys art and business. He is pleasing in conversation. He believes that diligence and not valor brings riches home. And sloth has ruined many nations than sword. Now, the whole attack, the full force of satire lies in this one line, and the summing up line of this character, that his favorite maximum is a penny saved is penny got. At the end of the today's session, we can see that these character sketches are not the spark of nature's fire, but cold eye of analysis. Still not disgusting, repulsive, but lovable because of wit and humor. Of course, Steele's purpose is not like Mahadevi Verma when she penned अतीत के चलचित्र समृद्धि की रेखाएं पथ के साथी और मेरा परिवार, because he was from the golden age of satire. Other three members we will meet in the next session. Thank you. Keep learning, stay motivated. Thank you, students.